There was this whole debate on my Twitch because it was like, it sounds so similar to the Darth Vader thing. It's like
so the wedding march. Like they're all kind of like
the boomers think wedding is the funeral.
The strikes are not okay.
No, they're not. No, they're dead.
All of them are dead.
Dead K. Rowling.
I think she's gonna come today.
Yeah, please.
On that note, hey Spuds, how's it going? It's Jamie. Welcome back to another video. If that's what I'm trying to, I don't know, but welcome either way. And today I'm joined by the very energetic,
melting, the very energetically melting.
Having a late summer.
They said that it was all over and that we were going to go back to autumn was coming, and then instantly it was like, hottest week of the year? Why not? Put it right now. I'm very shiny and melting, so I apologise if I look a bit rank.
That's okay. We're both
We are, yeah. We'll both look shit together.
Right. Well, Roly.
Hello.
You've joined again.
I know, it's been a long time.
Too long,
but we've already made plans to make the next one very soon. We've already done it. We've already started doing it. Yeah.
It's gonna happen. It's not gonna be once every 6 months.
No. Once every 5 months.
I thought we said 5.5.
5.5. Yeah. Restraining orders, please. The waiting to run out.
I'm too obsessed.
Anyway, hello. Thank you for having me back.
You're very welcome on the channel, as always. And today we are going to be looking at what I thought were just homophobic memes, but they're just all the anti-LGBT-ness in meme format.
I feel like at this rate we could just fight everything. Everyone just hates every part of the LGBT spectrum. It's just like
everything.
Yeah, everything.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm,
Have you seen the ones that are like LGB divorcing the TQIA+?
Yeah, I made them.
Oh.
Yeah, I am Molly London. Yes, hello, welcome.
I'm so honoured to meet you. Get out my house.
Imagine.
But then it's not just trans people. They're like, we hate trans people, get away. And it's like, but what about pansexual people? What about like queer? You're just knocking out everyone.
Okay. So this isn't even LGBT related. Did you know Candace Owens, right? Did you see the whole meltdown she had because there was a lingerie advert because I had someone in a wheelchair? Had nothing to do with LGBT people. This is the next thing.
Homophobia, transphobia is just like the surface of just all out bigotry.
Oh yeah, it goes in, sorry, I just picked my eye. Yeah, it goes into everything. Like
you picked well.
I picked,
lovely.
Thank you, yeah. Yeah, it goes into everything. But to see Candace Owens having a meltdown because a woman in a wheelchair was like modelling lingerie, it was like ill, so unwell, weird. Ill.
I didn't hear lingerie the first time. I thought you were talking about a laundry advert.
Oh, laundry advert, yes. Oh, like come detergent. To the laundry. Oh, yes.
Anyway.
Gen Z is quaking.
We're not here to make Gen Z quake.
No, we're not, no. Oh. Well, it's Gen Alpha. Alpha's the next one now.
So Gen Z will feel old soon.
No.
It's okay. Today, we're here to look at hateful people who have made hateful memes, and we're going to laugh at them because they're stupid.
Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Yeah. I mean, if you can make any money out of hateful people, I mean, do it. What is she putting in her mouth? What's this meant to be?
So this is a trans woman athlete.
I know who it is. Yeah.
So she's got the gold medal.
Oh, it's a gold medal. She's biting it. I see.
Real gold.
Yeah.
Chompy chomp.
Tastes delicious.
For some reason, kissing the person who gave her the medal.
And then swearing at everyone else.
Yes. Oh, trans woman wins. Look at how awful they are. Look, kissing and groping the medal handout person, swearing at the crowd.
And the trans juice.
The
trans juice, yes.
If you drink it, you will be trans.
Why not? Oh my god, let's go.
Gay at best.
Do we have Bud Light in the UK?
Yeah.
Do we have it here?
I thought we did.
I don't know. I always think it's an American brand just because it all happened in America. I was like, Americans crazy.
I don't drink beer.
No, I don't
I'm
either.
too straight.
I like a cocktail. A pornstar martini or a pina colada. Oh my god, delicious.
I'm just gonna say I like the mocktails.
Mocktails. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. Man up.
I don't think you could do that with Bud Light.
No. Oh, cheater.
But third place. They didn't even make her the winner.
Why would you not at least make them the winner? Like,
it's like you're trying to be hateful and make a shit meme and you don't even like go all in.
But then also, what if they're third place, why have they got a gold medal and not a bronze?
They've all got gold, look.
Well, that doesn't happen. These people have, do you have any idea what happens in these ceremonies?
Do you sport?
Do you?
You don't sport, do you, meme maker?
What?
Anyway, trans women belong in women's sports. Goodbye.
Yeah. Twitter when you are straight. Tastes like homophobia. What does that even mean?
Apparently, simply being straight nowadays, straight people think it makes them automatically homophobic because that's how snowflakey we are.
We are, except for they scream what they do. You know, you just even ask one, "What's your pronouns?" and they have a meltdown as if you just murdered the whole family.
And weird sensitive.
And weird sensitive. I say all the time, it's so weird that these like women do it as well, but there's a lot of men on the internet who scream about the homophobia shit like men, like, oh, it's fucking Bud Light stars.
I was waiting for you to do that voice.
It's so weird that in 2016, it was all the same people who were on the internet bitching and whining about the SJW movement and the feminism, how they would get offended over everything, but now they are doing everything that they hated, just literally being offended by anything and everything.
They get offended by rainbows in the sky.
They do. Did you see that one video, the woman who was getting really angry because she could see a rainbow in a fountain? There's this video on TikTok.
This joke.
No, this woman was getting really... She's like, this never happened 10 to 20 years ago. It's clearly something they're putting in the water, the agenda. It's like, it's literally light refraction.
I'm just wondering what the heck is in our water supply that creates a rainbow effect in a sprinkler.
And then people getting annoyed at Pink Floyd's album because it had the rainbow coming out of the triangle. You're getting upset at light refraction. This is the agenda!
It's like a want to be oppressed. It's like, oh, I'm straight, I'm automatically labelled a homophobe. Oh, look at me, I'm so oppressed.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, no, you're a homophobe if you're homophobic.
I wish you were oppressed, to be honest, and you get some real grounding. Jesus Christ.
Maybe then you wouldn't be homophobic.
Yeah, maybe then you wouldn't be actual.
Well, actually saying that, there's the LGBT cis people who are transphobic, and you're like,
yeah, that's
really?
true. Yeah.
Really?
Oh my gosh,
that's not a good look.
It's so weird to me that so many people are actively going la 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 to history about how a lot of queer people actually got our rights from the beginning, and they've gone, what? Trans people didn't have anything to do with any. No, what?
You only started existing 5 years ago.
It's so dumb. It's like, are you not? Are you in? What? What's wrong with you? It's always older people as well who would have been around in those days.
Yeah.
It's rare to see a TERF or who are 20.
They've compared news articles that were homophobic 20 years ago to news articles that are transphobic now. Exact same.
The same,
language.
absolutely the
just
same.
Swapping lesbians and gay men for trans people.
Yeah. And but this time it's different because they're really putting on the children. That's literally what they said about me back in the day, unhinged.
Yes, all straight people are homophobic.
Yeah.
The rainbow has 7 colours and is a symbol of God's promises.
Oh, for God's
The pride flag only has 6 colours. God's perfect number is 7, while Satan's number is 666. That's because the rainbow belongs to God, while pride was Satan's original sin.
Well,
cool. Give me Satan.
Don't we tell what the rainbow actually is in Christianity? It was God's message that he wouldn't murder everyone again in the entire world from Noah's flood. The rainbow was when the dove comes out and the rainbow shows. The rainbow was the flood's ending. That's what the rainbow's for. So you're
I
talking
killed
about
everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I won't.
Colours.
That's why it's in Noah's Ark. Look, that's why it's part of Noah's Ark, because it came out as I've just murdered the entire population of the planet, and this is the rainbow to show that I won't do it again. So that's what you want to say the rainbow's meant to be for, instead of love, peace, and unity between people. You're like, no, it's about how everyone was murdered and God was like, no, actually, I've changed my mind.
Oh, I didn't even know. That makes it so much worse.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Also, the original pride flag didn't have 6 colours.
Oh, yeah.
It condensed down?
Yes, but
and then now we have the progress flag that doesn't have 6 colours. And they've gone from it has 6 colours. That means 666. You just want any kind of link to the devil.
Yeah.
And it's fine, I will take the devil over God.
They changed it. They changed it for, it was harder to print. I think it was 8 colours.
Oh, yeah.
Because it had a pink and another like a purpley colour, and they changed it to what it is now because the manufacturing was easier.
Blame the manufacturer.
Yeah.
They're the devil. The links they pull to be this is why it's bad. It's bad because there's 6 colours. Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
I could probably go and find I don't know, an American football team that use 6 colours in their jersey and be devils.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. The Jersey Devils. But that's the thing, the Jersey Devil, isn't it? That beast. The Beast of Bogmin, the Jersey Devil, and the of Devon.
Oh, is that your official name?
That's my official name.
I didn't know that.
Gay flag meaning gay. The chance to go into... What? What does that even mean?
Because there's not a black colour, we're not going to heaven.
Well, I mean, the progress flag has a black and a brown colour, so technically...
They've probably gone, if we pick a different shade of green, then people can say, well, green's in it. So maybe they just thought, I will go for something that is quite clearly not here, but then, forgetting the progress flag, and also forgetting that, this is pushing a very specific worldview. I personally do not believe in God or heaven. So, you saying that to me is not...
Doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
I really wish I could just spend a day in your brain so I could fully... Yeah, I wish I could... Well, I jump off a bridge. But, really, mainly just so I can actually understand how on earth you could be so stupid. There's that saying going around, like, the smarter you are, actually the more depressed you are. The smarter you are, the more you understand things, makes you more upset. So, like, the whole thing of ignorance is bliss is like where you live in la la land because you don't care. Like, are these people, like, living in a fantasy?
For me, like, it seems like a genuine fear. Like, genuinely, they cannot put a toe out of line for the way they've interpreted the religion. Other people can't because then they're going to hell. I think it's a form of living in fear for some people. Not everybody who is religious. I respect people who are religious but do not use that religion to hate on others. But people who do, it's all fear. We don't have a phobia of gay people. It's like, actually,
anger counts as that. You don't have to be like, oh my god, like actually screaming in anger and making shit like this can still count, sis. I hate that. I'm not scared of you. Fear manifests itself in many ways,
and
sis.
And also, phobia is an aversion. If you don't like gay people or trans people, you have an aversion to them. You don't have to be scared.
But
I think a lot of it is a fear thing. Like, it's like, oh, I must do this, otherwise this is going to happen to me.
Yeah, it's very strange. Very strange.
You see how, like, persistent some, like, transphobes in particular are on like Twitter and holding rallies. What do you do?
What do you do?
Is your on your CV, does it say job hateful bigot?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that like what else do you do with your life?
I do feel like a lot of them, because it's always these middle-aged white women. What are you doing? How are you able to do dedicate fundraising? So like, how can you dedicate so much of your time to the obsession? Like, you just at work, you're like on your till at Morrison's, I mean, like, hang on, Clifford, I can't scan it yet. You bitch! Like, what are you doing?
You look back on your life and be like, oh yes, life well spent dedicated to
Exactly.
hating a marginalised group of people.
It's ridiculous. Like, it's so strange. Everyone who was overtly hateful in history are now looked down upon as scum. So maybe us shouting this in the future might reflect badly on us.
No, I don't think there's a level of self-reflection.
Like, how? Because I always say about these people who, like, when people get a bit irate about, like, things that happened on the internet on the other days and they try to cancel people and stuff, although I understand certain things are bad, you have to remember that you are now basing this on what we're doing right now, and you're acting like what we're doing right now is, like, the height of morality, when in 100 years' time, people are going to look back at what we're doing right now and you're going to get cancelled. But actually, the way that how quickly things move on the internet now, even, like, 5 or 6 years, they're going to look back and go, wow, because things how quickly change. I find it very strange when people get very uppity about, like, things that happened in the past or something and be like, well, we must destroy this person. There are obviously limits, let's be honest.
Oh yeah,
but
when there's, like, clear, just, like, hateful horribleness going on.
Yeah.
But for somebody just doing, like, a borderline tweet from like 5 years ago that right today is like, ooh, really no, then it's a lot to cancel. We can learn from it and call it out and be like, this was wrong, and somebody can be like, I know, I apologise, it's not an opinion I hold now. Great. But like, literally, if you were stood there being transphobic, we don't need to be like, oh well, transphobia is acceptable now.
Exactly. There are limits, but of course I just think you have to remember sometimes when you might jump too much on it. Even stuff that we're doing now, in 20 years' time, people are going to look back at something that we might do and go, oh, that was a bit weird. That was a bit strange. I think about what we were like in school. Even things like that's okay. Everybody said it. Yes, it's not okay, but like, if I were to see someone who said that's okay back 10 years ago, I'd be like, okay, sure. Like, people just said it.
There'll be like a word that we use now that won't be acceptable in 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Caterpillars.
Caterpillars.
Yeah. If your main concern is what pronouns people call you, then you're one of the most privileged people in the world. If your main concern is shouting about people calling you a certain pronoun, then you are the most privileged person in the world. As Missy Elliott said, flip it down and reverse it. Like, what are we doing, sis? Like, what's going on?
Pronouns, not my main concern, just something that's hurtful if you deliberately do it wrong, because it's so easy to do it right.
Absolutely.
It takes zero effort, unless it's a habit and it's someone you know. I understand that.
Yeah.
But like, literally, I do not understand this hang up on pronouns. It was my nice guys video. This guy was like, nobody with pronouns, and I'm like, you just don't want to date anybody. People were like, just having a blanket I hate pronouns, and it's but like I, we, you are pronouns. There's like different.
Well, I always think to myself, so when people say anything like this, it's like, so you say you're he, him, whatever, say to him, what is he, him? And he'll just be like, well, it's me. Everything we have has some sort of name. What would that be called? It's called a pronoun. It's like the whole cis thing. People saying that cis is a new, no one ever said it before. It was never a thing. What are you talking about? Where is the learning? Where is the critical thinking here at all?
That some people did not do English language.
No,
not even at primary school.
No.
We learned about pronouns in primary school.
They didn't watch that pen that went down and swish. Do you remember the pen thing? It was like that black wall. It was like a pen that had a light on the end, and it used to go down and like draw letters.
Something
and it was
similar. Like there was definitely something that like taught us.
You're a little bit younger than me. People in the audience, you'll know the light. It was a light at the end of the pen. It was like down and
you
swish.
say light at the end of the tunnel.
It was no, actually it wasn't. It was a meteor. It was down and flick, swish, round and flick, and it was like teaching you how to like do writing as a child. Throwback.
Went from pronouns to learning the
I
alphabet.
know, yes.
Same energy. A drag queen with a child and Little Red Riding Horse.
Red Riding Horse? Oh! Trot along, bitch!
Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. So they're basically saying the drag queen is a wolf that's gonna eat the child. There's this whole big oh my god, drag queens. I don't get it.
I actually recently, I frequent a drag time story hour, and a lot of time it happens. The drag queen does tend to eat the child. Happens all the time.
Do you know, I didn't know that. Okay, this meme makes
Yeah, this means it's generally what happens. Oh! What big teeth do you have? Shiny face. I don't want to drag it. I mean, I'm very shiny faced at the moment, Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. How is a wolf, does he eat the grandma? And then...
Oh, so the drag queens are eating the children's parents.
Oh my god, yes! Oh, we love it. Yeah,
grandparents.
drag superiority. Just these people are just...
We can move on from this one.
Yeah.
This seems to have broken you in particular.
We should really get Noah's Ark again. Come on, just flood the earth.
Homer Simpson!
Oh, thank you. I'm a lot more colourful since I was last on your channel.
Roly's got his legs out.
I know, yeah, I've got my legs out and they're all...
I forgot that you're very flexible.
Oh yes, I'm not as
I
flexible.
can't do that. Look, that is it.
Oh, well, work on those stretches. Male athletes, when they're terrible at sports, slay. But like, what? Do you know what's
What
funny?
would Homer Simpson's drag name be?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Shiny face.
He has shiny face. There we go. It's like they couldn't bother to make actual drag hairs. They've just copied and pasted the hair twice, just on top. Lazy.
What an offensive way to use the Simpsons.
My Homer Simpson here. My Homer Simpson's very upset, and this Homer Simpson too. Can I just say
He's so upset he's dead.
He's actually melting. Shiny face. The portion, right, of actually trans athletes is so tiny that it's just ludicrous that this meme can even exist.
It's so rude as well to women athletes because it's basically saying
You're pathetic. You can't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, any guy could just come in and beat all the women, no matter their level of the sport. So trans women is the main bugbear that trans folks have.
Yeah.
Trans women have been able to compete in the women's category at Olympic level since 2004. Not a single trans athlete has won a medal. So this whole domination issue they're having just has not happened. All you're doing is harming cis women because now there's so much scrutiny over gender conformity, and harming trans women and young trans girls as well who just want to play sport with their friends. It's just so messed up. And there's also been a study released recently that shows that trans women have no actual advantage in sport over cis women.
Oh, stupid.
They have the tests in place to make sure that elite sports is as fair as possible for everybody.
Well, what's funny as well is all these people moaning about it don't actually give a shit about a sport at all. Yeah, there'll be a portion of maybe 10% of people screaming about it, but the most of the people that actually talk about this, same with they talk about the drag queen story, they actually don't give a shit about it. When was the last time they would watch a sport that what's this? Is that when you eat donuts? It's so stupid.
For me,
for donuts, there's no actual correlation to what they actually give a shit about. It's just, I hate trans people, so why don't we sugarcoat it and wrap it up in this little package that goes, I'm protecting athletes. You didn't give a shit about athletes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just accept that you're a bigot.
Yeah,
and then it will be
do you know, as much as I would still hate you, I'd respect you a bit more if you go, do you know what, I actually just don't like you.
I say that so many times. I'm we've literally had people that we know in real life, some of which try and be nice to us, and then we found out behind closed doors are absolute assholes. Others who right to our face have said, don't accept you, not going to interact. I still don't like either, but I have way more respect because I'm at least I know where I stand.
At least you're not get an actual backbone and be like, do you know what, actually I'm a hateful bitch.
Yes, do it. And don't use Homer Simpson and Transphobic.
No, poor, absolutely not. Oh, for God's sake, I mean, changing right... This is what I find actually quite amusing actually about this, is the fact that Caitlyn really thinks that they like her. Oh my God.
I can't stand the internally transphobic trans people who then align with these really right-wing transphobes and are like, I'm one of the good ones, like me. And it's no, as soon as you say something they don't agree with...
You are on the chopping block.
Yeah, I do feel bad for people like trans people like Caitlyn because it's obviously coming from a place of fear and desperately wanting to be accepted. But what you're doing is you're aligning yourself with people who will never accept you.
Never.
Pretend they accept
Absolutely.
you because they can use you as some pawn in their speech.
The side of us, right, who would accept trans people who'd be like, yeah, come join the community. It's
we're recruiting.
There we are recruiting, yeah, we're going to make you sweat.
Shiny face.
Why would you choose to be on that side when there's going to be a lot more people here for you. I would understand more so if like the right wing was like 80-20% or something, and like it was like if you weren't with these people, the chance that you're going to get killed or whatever. Think about the election was like basically almost like 50-50. Why would you choose to side with these people when there's equally as much people here that would actually love you?
Power.
Is that what it is? Power?
I think so. I think it's like money, status, power. There is more on the...
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I guess Conservatives rule most of it as well.
That's the only thing I can think of. It's like a fear and it's wanting to be with the group that has the most power. I don't feel like there's actual truth in that when you look at it in reality, but trans women are women. 1,000 years after, this is a male skeleton. I hate this.
Will they find your skeleton in 1,000 years? Well, 1,000 years the world's going to blow up, so who cares?
What's the chance of them finding it? Also, I don't give a because I'm dead. Also, I want to be cremated. I've heard that it's actually not that black and white to just be like, yes, they can make a rough estimate, but I don't care.
You really think in 1,000 years' time, the chance of we even being here in 1,000 years' time? Global warming's happening, sis. Climate change is happening, sis. By the time we get to even that age, the world's probably going to be on fire and dying. Why do you care?
It's because they think it's a pain point. It's like this is something I can say to hurt trans people, to like diminish who they think they are. They're just like, no, trans women are men, and then look, when they dig up your skeleton, they're gonna know you're a man.
Yeah.
Got you. And like, I'm sure that does upset some people, but like, honestly, you won't know, they won't know. The amount of skeletons that actually get dug up, think about how many people have existed in the history of ever.
Well, more people have died than is existing today.
What's the chance that they'll dig up your skeleton, and what's the chance to dig up your skeleton as a trans person?
No, to dig up his skeleton, just like on his forehead.
Yes. Yeah.
To the worst example of cultural appropriation ever. LGBTs stole the rainbow from God. It's his. God's not real, sis. He invented it. Genesis 9/11/17. 9/11. Give it back. And this is God and gay people.
God is police.
Please, God, come down.
Chasing after gay people.
Please, I would love to see you. I would love it if you just came down and tried. Do you know what? If you came down and wanted the rainbow, have it, sis, have it. Please show yourself.
I thought we determined earlier it's a different rainbow. And also, I'm sorry, if God is real, if God made the rainbow, he also made gay people.
If God is like the overarching being and he creates everything, he does it, blah, 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 blah. So even if being gay was a choice, God still created that person to have those feelings
Choices
of wanting to choose
will.
it. You know, you could say, well, he actually then created the apple tree which made Eve, blah, blah. If we all descended from two people, we would have died from like maybe the 5th generation.
We'd all be human pugs.
Yeah, we would. Well, we wouldn't even be like. There's no way, because like if the whole point about even like Noah's Ark and everyone dying and having to repopulate the Earth, whatever, with like new people, we would all have the chin. What I always forget what it's called. The something chin. What's he called? And the Habsburg jaw. Yeah, and it was like
yes.
So it was like an inbred family, and they were like we have to keep the royal blood with us because we can't give it to peasants. And then like they inbred all like the cousins and things were marrying and like having babies with each other and brothers and aunties and shit. It was like 4 generations down, the Habsburg jaw. He was like impotent, couldn't walk. He had like a jaw that was like down here. He had like a really fat tongue so he could barely speak. And he died when he was like 30
really
because he was
sad.
so unwell. It's like, you really think God killed everyone and then we repopulated the earth with like 2 people? Absolutely not. Disgusting. Vile. Anyway, yeah, God, come down and get the rainbow, please. Because if he came down and got the rainbow, like, do you know what? I believe in now, sis.
Just love that they call it cultural appropriation.
Cultural appropriation, yeah.
You do you, sis. Do it. Go have your beliefs, live your life, but just like don't try to recruit. Don't tell me that I'm living in sin.
Constantly trying to get up.
Just stay in your lane because I stay in mine. I respect other people having their lives, and I just want respect in return.
But they don't. Sorry.
Yeah,
the majority of them won't. Sorry, it's not how it works. If they do, then they're not actually going on God's will. You've got to tell the sinners that they're wrong. You have to do it for me because I won't be bothered anymore because I've left the earth. Like, stupid.
I think you could just get a megaphone.
You would have thought so.
If God is a man, which I think if there was a God would not be.
Well, what's so funny about the whole Christian and the God and all that stuff, the biggest thing is don't worship fake idols.
Yeah.
And all of them are obsessed with Donald Trump so much they worship him.
Yeah.
The amount of memes that I see of people making Donald Trump God, I'm like, this is literally against your religion. And all
that's more clear cut against religion than being gay.
Yeah.
Which is very debatable as to what the religion says.
Yeah, I mean, it's disgusting.
Up next, we have the most hilarious transphobic joke. A missing panel of glass in a van. It's a piece of wood.
I identify as glass.
How
Well,
funny.
we can't see through you, can you? Well, we can see through, that's the whole point. But, Jesus Christ, oh God.
It's just... Yes, because humans are comparable to glass and wood.
It's just so boring. It's so boring. It's so boring. Do you know what? If they actually created something that was really funny, even though it might be offensive, I'd go, do you know what? That's actually quite creative and quite hilarious.
Yeah.
This is like borderline 1-year-old joke. Like a 1-year-old would make the joke.
Yeah.
Like it's so basic. I still get people now commenting that I identify as a tech helicopter. This joke is 10 years old.
If you're going to be offensive, at least put some effort in.
Put some effort in.
I feel offended by your joke and also the fact that you couldn't be bothered to even try.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to laugh and be offended. Thank you.
Now we're just laughing at you. Like, is that what you want?
I've pre-ordered Hogwarts Legacy and I'm really excited to play it.
Oh dear.
Peter, J.K. Rowling is a TERF and says stuff against the trans community. I just told you I've already bought it, Harry. You don't need to sell it to me.
It's so
Heard it here
pathetic.
first
It's
by
so...
the man transphobic. No.
I just... Got the Argos catalogue. Oh, dishings of transphobia. Oh yeah, page 86. It's boring.
Didn't that game just like fall off a cliff because like all the people like bought it to be transphobic and they just never played it?
That's the thing. It was. I remember when, because I was on Twitch on the day that it happened when it first came out, and there was a massive load of people playing it. But like within a couple of weeks, the numbers like quartered.
Yeah.
Like it was fully just like
Nobody actually wanted to play it.
none of these people actually give a shit about any of this stuff. They don't care.
They just want something to hate.
Yeah, never underestimate the appeal and the power that it has over people to want to be part of a group. People like us who are a little bit more educated, shall we say, the need for us to be parts of groups is so much less because we already have like a feeling of self-understanding and we understand the world. But these people are so like ignorant and sheep-like. They want to be part of a group because they have nothing else going for them. Like
At least
you
funnel
wrote
that
this.
energy into something positive. in the
Yeah,
world. Like
at least
it's
build
not...
a drive or something. Jesus Christ.
Build a drive.
Yeah, like your driveway. Like at least build a driveway or something. Build a driveway.
Learn how to do block paving.
Have you looked at End Wellness's Twitter?
I've looked.
Oh, it's an absolute cesspit. Trans horse, cis horse.
I like how they've even put cis in quote marks. You could have, if you really don't like cis, you could have said not trans.
Not trans, yeah.
But then no, that feels bad, doesn't it? Because you're still using the word trans
Yeah.
to describe yourself, even though you're saying I'm not. The trans horse is the shit costume.
The difference between trans horse and the cis horse is the cis horse gets made into glue.
There's real people under the trans
Yeah.
horse.
The comment section, Bud Light social media.
Almost for a lot of people, it's not even hating on the specific group of people they're talking about, like trans people or LGBT plus people. It's literally like, oh yeah, let's make a company cry.
Exactly,
I'm gonna join
yeah.
the group and like hate on them and be a troll.
But what's so funny about all of this shit when it comes to Bud Light and all the stuff that happened there? Bud Light is owned by a conglomerate corporation right at the top that owns like every beer company. The ultimate person who runs it doesn't give a because he already owns like 7 different massive companies.
When this all happened and Bud Light sales did dip a bit, like the then new top selling beer or something was just owned by the same company that owns Bud Light.
Yes.
And actually their sales went up.
Do you know what's so funny? I love it. So, a lot of the Bud Light shit that happened was because Kid Rock did that whole thing and was like, I'm gonna shoot, he got his guns out and he shot a thing. And then literally like a month ago, he was photographed drinking Bud Light, and then all the right wing was like, I knew it was a fraud. You just can't make this shit up. You can do it. Just proves that they don't care. It's like watching all of them go absolutely off on him because he was drinking a Bud Light at a concert. It was so funny.
Like you think that you're in with them because you align with them on one thing. No, you then disagree on something.
It's so fun. Oh, you can't make this shit up. It's ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure the boycotting of Bud Light just pushed the sales up of another beer owned by the same company.
Absolutely.
You just put money in the same pocket through a different funnel.
Common sense doesn't exist with these people.
No.
You could literally show them a headline that says, Ghost was found eating a baby, and they'd be like, oh my god, the left wing now employ ghosts! Like, it's so...
the trans,
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Trans ghosts.
Shopkeepers, if I see something like this in your window or door, I won't be shopping in your store. I won't complain. I'll simply reflect. You are literally complaining.
Complaining right now.
You literally made a meme about a hypothetical situation.
So stupid.
And you're saying you won't complain. No, you will Karen march into that store and rip the pride flag down. If they actually would stay out and not complain and not be horrible or do anything really nasty, great. I will be more encouraged to go to shops that have this in their window.
I just find it strange that it's like the people who are now hating on trans people and LGBT people as a whole. They are all the same people that were doing the COVID conspiracy theories back in when COVID happened. Because like all the COVID stuff stopped, they've now just progressed onto this new thing. And I always wonder, like, once all they get bored of this, or like people start to line up to this, like, what's the next thing they're all going to go on to?
We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. Oh, you could be next if you're someone who's a bit weird, or maybe you're just a normal, but maybe they hate everyone else now. They start dressing all up as clowns and they go, if you don't put a wig on and white face paint, you're actually disgusting. Oh my god, the normies, we're all clowns. Ridiculous.
Well, they would be reflecting the
Yeah, they would.
on
Yeah,
the
exactly.
outside
Yeah. Bringing the outside in.
Parents just relieved a teen who came home drunk wasn't drinking.
Wait, is that an actual? No, that can't
No,
be real.
I don't. It's fake. But it's just like, it has such energy.
Oh, it's
like,
very them, yeah.
There will be parents out there who would legit be like, well, it wasn't Bud Light.
No, wasn't not at my party.
You
Yeah.
better know I've been drinking Bud Light.
Not that trans juice, yeah. There was that one someone sent to me ages ago, and it was like, this is how you drink your T-slur fluid. And it was like, stick figure, a person like upside down, butt chugging Bud Light. And I was like, gay people don't do this kind of stuff, sis. Like, that's a straight frat boy thing that happens in the parties. Like, queer people don't do that.
Butt chugging.
Butt chugging, yeah. I was like, we don't do it. Do you get what it would be?
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
Jamie, you poor innocent being.
well, I mean, I'm always the person that likes to think that everyone is in on the joke and they're not confused. You don't want to be the odd one out, no. Because, never underestimate the power of being in a group.
Hating Bud Light.
Hating Bud
That's
Light,
a
yeah.
group.
Actually, to be honest, I actually think beer is disgusting, so...
Oh, it's vile.
Scott! Unless he actually had sex with both men and women, he was not bisexual. If attraction is all it takes, we're all bisexual.
This is both like internalized homophobia, biphobia, and then like putting it out into the world. It's this very much like, oh no, you're bi, but you've only been with like X gender. No, you're straight or /gay then. Like apparently
so
you have
weird.
to have like had relations with every possible gender you could be attracted to actually have your sexual orientation. It's bizarre. But then it's like, if attraction is all it takes, we're all bisexual.
Oh, Scott loves to get hands of teeth. Oh my god, he's into that cottaging lifestyle. Jesus Christ. He's got the whole world up his... That's a song on my channel, by the way. That isn't me just randomly saying it.
Me, how do I get a job? How do I pay taxes? How do I buy a new house? School? Well, actually, it's saying we're not going to teach you anything other than how to be gay.
I mean, that is what happens at school. That's true.
That's why I'm trans.
Yeah, that's why you're trans.
Why, yeah, like every single lesson, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m, this is how you were trans. Only worked on me and one other person, though.
Oh.
Has a very low success rate.
I actually don't know if anyone from my school came out as trans. I know there was like 4 or 5 guys. We had a huge year group. I don't know if anyone came out as trans, so maybe it didn't work on them. No.
Clearly your school was following the shit curriculum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Are you talking because we're gay and they like to do shit stabbing? Is that what you're talking about? Brew, disgusting. How absolutely revolting. I know, but like the thing is with this is it's like seeing how you guys react to this. Why would schools say to people, do this gay thing because it really works out well? Because when you go out of the house, people might scream in the face.
All that I was taught about was like straight cis things.
Yeah.
Not that it was said. It was just like always there.
Yeah, but
it was like, people are straight, this is what a man looks like, this is what a woman looks like.
Yeah.
That's it. And I still turned out to be trans and bi. And
Yeah.
it's like nobody taught me that. So like how the do you explain that?
Because
How?
you did voodoo.
I'm not supposed to say that.
Ouija boards. Be like, oh my god, what happened? Yeah.
I want to be discriminated against.
I want some of these people who shout all this shit, right? I'm like, please, I really wish for one day you could be actually just even have
Yeah.
a tiny fraction of what we have.
Yeah.
Instantly, I feel like it would humble a lot of these people. Everyone in existence should be forced to work retail for at least a year so you can understand the shit that people put you through. And I might humble some of these people who are going to be like, what do you mean you don't know? Let him stop you. I worked in retail for almost 11 years and it's like soul destroying. It is soul destroying. Like people treat you like utter shit when they think they're above you.
I worked in a zoo chicken shop for 3 days. The staff bullied me and customers were like complaining about how slow I was because I got no training and I was like, I quit.
Dear.
Couldn't do it. They see me rolling, they them hating.
I mean, it's a little bit more creative, I guess. Everybody's so creative. Well, oh my god, they them hated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've always said they them wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So now you're using it.
Nobody's
Like,
hating
no,
because they them don't
doesn't
exist.
It doesn't exist. No. They see me
nobody's-
rolling, hating.
That's it.
That's it. I can't. Do you know what? I love this. I love the whole thing about
like
J.K.
the
Rowling.
glasses.
I love the glasses. Yeah. I love the thing about J.K. Rowling being that. Oh my god, the whole country wants to hate me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna contact HBO and we're gonna make a new series of all these, so I can have a new cast who doesn't hate me, because I can then manipulate the young children's cast members because they won't really understand what's going on. So these new generation people love me. That is the real reason why they're remaking Harry Potter.
I hate that they are remaking
her
it.
sales tanked. She 74% dropped. It was like 70.
And, like, she literally said, I view like my sales.
Oh, it was like, I
as,
don't
like,
care about
support.
trans people don't like it because I look at my royalty checks. And
And then she literally, I think she literally said like that she sees her like success, her continuing success as like support for her views, but like she's not had it. Everything she's done since all of this has come out, she started tanking. Yeah, and, like, she doesn't need to make any more money.
No, the ego of her though, she has such a big ego.
It's not about the money anymore. It's about like the sales,
the prestige, and it's so funny. She goes, "Oh, I hate all these trans people." But you literally you got a side career pretending to be a man. So what the f are you talking about?
Isn't her pen name the guy who founded Conversion?
Oh yeah, awful.
Yeah.
It's a coincidence. No,
really, it's such a unique name.
It's not like
not like John Smith.
It would be a coincidence if it was someone who's actually really liberal who would never do something like that. For it to be a coincidence for someone like you.
Yeah.
Like, she's vile. One of the worst people in existence. Like, literally disgusting.
I agree.
And that's just me. I am vile. I am disgusting. But I am actually just quite disgusting, actually. The things I say.
You go hard in.
I do. Yeah, I don't give a shit. You order half the time. I look at the
I hope everyone's okay.
I order stress from me. They find me more upsetting than the memes. I always love reading the comments because after people like know who I am and they're like, "Oh, you're so funny together because one's so calm and one's so insane."
Yeah.
But like, how comments are like, "He was a bit scary. Those eyes are a bit scary. I'm a bit scared." I'm like, "Yeah, good. I will haunt you. I am a sleep paralysis demon, and I will come in your night, and I will devour your soul because that is the gay agenda."
I mean, not to ruin your image, but you're actually lovely.
I know. Stop it! Don't say. Since getting all my tattoo work done and it's all been more colourful and rainbow, I feel like I've lost a lot of my kind of like angry spookiness of look because it's all like colourful and rainbow.
You literally have like an alien and a Jason mask with a knife through the eye on your leg.
Yeah, but it's like colourful bloods.
It's red, that's a colour.
Yes.
Very beautiful.
But I'm glad, thank you, yes. Acknowledge my body. Talk about my body.
I think that's it.
That's it.
That's all the memes.
That's all the memes.
That's all the memes.
Thanks. Yeah, oh
Thanks
my god.
for joining me.
Oh, you're welcome, boy. Sorry, mate.
If Roly hasn't absolutely terrified you, I would definitely
Do you know
recommend
what?
checking out Roly's channel.
I feel like this is probably the most unhinged video that we've made so far together.
I think so. I think you've had like too much caffeine today.
Maybe.
It was the sugar.
I actually want to get another drink before we start my video.
Yes, we should. Yeah. And speaking of which, go click the link. Check out Roly's channel.
Yeah.
Watch the video we made together on Roly's channel. I think that will probably come out before mine.
Probably, yeah, because
I film in advance.
He films like 8 years in advance. You know, by the time you see this video,
7, Roly, 7.
I would have transitioned and then detransitioned back. You know, that's the whole trend these days.
Transphobe.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my own book and be like, it's just like I was gonna say something really awful then, which I'm not gonna continue saying. I get very comfortable being around Luxaria sometimes. We say awful things together. It's called Suck Pig. What do you?
It's called something.
Oh, is it Suck Pig? I was like, excuse me. Rubbing off on him. Jesus Christ.
David Cameron.
Yeah, David Cameron. Oh, yeah, very David Cameron. Ever since the Conservatives took over, we've entered like a weird fever dream timeline.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, hopefully it'll be over soon. And this video is over now. Thank you so much for watching. Go check out Roly and his channel. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for it. I always said thank you. Much love. Bye.
Bye.